Guess whose birthday it is? Well, okay, it's not my birthday yet, but it will be soon, so I got myself a little present, and as someone who's never used one of these before, I don't know what I'm doing, but thankfully we have a sponsor, Skillshare, so I can learn how to use this. So take it away, Sock Casey. I didn't get her anything for her birthday. But thanks to the sponsor of this video, Skillshare, an online learning community with thousands of classes in illustration, watercolor, design, and of course, Procreate, premium memberships give you an unlimited access to high quality classes from experts working in their field. So you know you are learning new skills from the most passionate creators. One of the many courses out there on Procreate that Casey followed was by Nina Rycroft, who walked us through how to create color palettes, set up documents, design, sketch, add textures, and export works using Procreate. And gosh, it was really easy. Don't forget Skillshare is more affordable than most learning platforms out there. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. You can sign up using the link in the description, and the first 500 people get a 2-month trial for free. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited to get creating. So here we go. So after poking through a few Skillshare courses on Procreate, I was feeling a little, familiar with the program, and I was ready to start exploring. I think it's really good to get familiar with something like this before you jump in. That way you aren't just opening the program, getting overwhelmed, and then freezing up because you don't know what to do. Thankfully, Procreate also has a pretty simple, I guess they have a pretty user-friendly interface. Everything is pretty simple. It's not super complicated, though that can make things complicated in the sense that there's a lot of holding your finger down or doing this or doing that, whereas normally you would have a tool specifically for something. But thankfully, because these courses do cover a lot of the sort of Procreate tools and hotkey sort of things, I was able to familiarize myself with the program. So basically, I just got in there and started testing all of the different kinds of brushes because the first thing I noticed, there's a lot of brushes, which I was pretty excited about. In the past, when I used Photoshop or Illustrator, I always just used the basic round, normal, basic brush. But I was excited to play around with texture, so that's what I did. I sketched some hatch faces and just kind of got used to using the Apple Pencil in the program. So basically, this was a warm-up, I guess. So one of the main reasons why I was really interested in getting an iPad is I've been getting really interested in getting back into digital art. I don't think it will ever replace my watercolor art, but every once in a while I do catch myself wanting to go back to digital and listen to how lazy I am. Not proud of it, but this is how it is. Drawing tablets are great, but they're strapped to your computer and then you have to drag them out and they're big and clunky, and sometimes I just want this little tiny thing that I can have in the palm of my hand. And also, I can sit on my couch, I can walk around with it, I can put it in my backpack easily, I can whip it out whenever, draw for a few minutes, put it away, get back to it. Procreate saves all of your drawings as a video, so there's no saving, there's no worrying about having to have all these different clips. I'm definitely a sucker for drawing in coffee shops, and as much as I do like travel watercolor kits, and it's not something that I'm just going to completely never do again, it's just that when I go out with friends to go to a coffee shop and draw, the last thing I want to do is set up all of these cups of water, or having to worry about wet paper towels, or getting paints everywhere, or the table's too small for my traditional art. I've been getting out a lot lately, and I really do enjoy drawing and having a tool that I can have all of the colors and different textures and no mess. It's just really nice, and even though I've only had this tablet for a couple of weeks, I have loved it. Anyways, with all of that being said, one of the conveniences, even though it's minor, is you can take a photo and it's right there on your tablet already, and you can draw on top of it. So I'm always looking to do fun little doodly things that are simple, and I think doodling on photos it's so simple, it's so fun, it's something I never do, but I always want to do. So I went to this coffee shop and just mindlessly doodled a bunch of ants. I am using the technical pencil brush. I love the texture I could get with it. And yeah, I I think it's simple but fun, and I can't wait to doodle more at coffee shops. Okay, so those first 2 illustrations and doodles were definitely more of warm-ups. At this point, I was feeling a lot more comfortable with using the iPad and the Apple Pencil. So I wanted to draw something a little more serious, something a little bit more finished, you know, something, an actual drawing. I don't know how to say that. Though originally this drawing was actually just going to be another quick warm-up doodly sort of thing, and it turned into something a lot bigger, I guess, just because I was really happy with the results and I was really happy with the textures, and I was getting to know Procreate and the iPad a lot more. And I will admit, I have not played around with this iPad nearly as much as I should at this point. There is still so much that I haven't done. There's still so much I haven't learned about it. I am in love with the technical pencil, so I keep using that, and I haven't really explored with other textures yet. But I do feel like I am still in that learning phase right now, so I am just kind of doing what I'm comfortable with, and I definitely want to do more background pieces later. I can definitely see myself whipping this out and working on prompts, maybe when I'm on the go, or if I'm just feeling inspired at a coffee shop. Something I really do also want to get into is short, small, repeating, I guess animation sort of things. I think this is a lot more encouraging to get me to work on something. I think convenience is definitely a factor. I'm always looking for ways to simplify my life, and having this tool that is so easily portable, I'm just really hoping that it will encourage me to keep creating no matter where I am, and even though it's a few minutes here and there, I can always be working on a piece, so who knows? That said, I was quickly reminded on why I did move to traditional art and left digital art. I am just so slow. I will sit there and redraw the same line 100 times just to get it exactly how I can see it in my mind. And I know this isn't a unique problem to me. I know everyone suffers from this problem. But when creating this particular piece, I just felt like it took me so long to make, and I felt like I could have definitely recreated this in watercolor in half the time. So that was kind of nagging me in the back of my mind as I worked on this, but I do think that, you know, maybe the more I work with this, the faster I'll become. I definitely feel a lot more looser with this program than I do with, say, Photoshop or Illustrator. Procreate really feels like this mix of traditional and digital art in one. You kind of feel like you're using traditional mediums, but it's digital. It just feels so natural, I guess. The way I worked with digital pieces in the past was that I really liked a smooth, clean, crisp vector look. But I think because I've been working with traditional art so much in the past few years, I'm embracing the imperfections and the textures. And Procreate has a lot to offer as far as texture and stuff goes, so I'm really excited to play around with it. It seems very user-friendly and so easy to pick up on. I've never really explored digital art that much. It was my main medium, but I felt like I learned how to do a very simple thing and I stuck with it. I didn't explore any other brushes or anything in the past. Also, how easy is it to share this artwork from the same device that you drew it on? I mean, wow. Anyways, there's nothing like doodling a self-portrait to, you know, mindlessly doodle something without any pressure. I try not to draw myself too much, but I do find that if I don't know what to draw and I'm just trying to do something without worrying about the subject, I end up drawing myself. So I drew myself and some food because I like food. I also thought it would be a lot of fun to have this sort of magical pose where I'm floating there and there's stuff swirling around me, but then my face looks like a potato. I think that's just my favorite aesthetic of art making. Make something look really cool, but then make this one part of it just look so stupid and silly. You can't help but laugh. I had a lot of fun with this piece. I really felt like drawing this piece was a lot of fun getting to know the iPad. So you guys are definitely going to be seeing some more digital artwork from me in the future. Don't worry, it's not going to replace watercolor or anything else, but I am always trying to expand different mediums I use. So I'm excited. All right, there you go. you guys enjoyed watching me create some digital pieces. It has been a long time since I've done digital art, and I had a lot of fun with this. I'm hoping to do some prompts digitally in the future, so we will see. I saw some animation courses on Skillshare, so maybe I'll even do some animation in the future. Who knows? Don't forget to sign up for your free trial, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!